Hi everyone, my name is Oriene Shin, class of 2014, and today I'm really excited to be here with you all in celebration of Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, APAM, or as some might call it, the Asian American Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Now, no matter what title you put to this month, it has such a significant meaning to so many communities across the country, and for me personally, has only grown in importance and significance over the last 5 years. I've found it very heartening to see more and more media and a documentary series on PBS about Asian American history, and I hope to see more in the future. The question I've been asked to answer today is, what is the best way to help people become more educated about the importance and significance of APIs and the role that they play in our communities and societies? This is a great question. I won't even try to say that I can answer this in the little time I have, but there are two ways that I think we can really consider and think through and incorporate into our lives. The first is how we educate our children and future generations. It is time for AAPI history, Asian American history, to become American history, and more parts of Asian American history to be taught to our children in schools. It took for me until about 5 years ago to learn really in depth about Asian American history, and I'd love to see more of that happen even at a younger age for folks. Second, it's really for us to have uncomfortable conversations with people that we trust and who we trust to tell us what may challenge our perspectives, but do so in a respectful manner. And this is all to help us educate ourselves and become better citizens and better friends and colleagues to folks who might have a different perspective on issues. These are the two ways that I think that we can really help to educate ourselves and how people can become more educated. And I look forward to talking more about this in the future, and happy APOM.
I'm Cheryl Mori, a 2000 graduate of the S.J. Quinney College of Law. I've been asked the question, how has your heritage shaped the person you are today? I'm a proud Sansei, a third-generation Japanese American. My grandparents were immigrants from Japan in the early 1900s. Both of my grandfathers ended up becoming farmers in Utah. But along the way, my mother's family was living in Los Angeles. My grandfather was a successful merchant there. And then the bombing of Pearl Harbor happened in World War II. And on February 19th, 1942, President Roosevelt issued Executive Order 9066, ordering the incarceration of those of Japanese descent, including American citizens. My family was not one of the 120,000 Japanese that were sent to internment camps, including 2/3 of which were American citizens. Instead, they were sponsored by a family in Utah and moved to Ogden. On their way driving, they stopped at a restaurant and were refused service because they were Japanese. They had to travel the rest of the way with no food. I didn't really know this story growing up. I only came to appreciate the experiences my family went through later in life. But this heritage has helped me to have empathy and understanding for others. I think if we can all recognize that we are all human beings, no matter our race or our color or whatever differences we have. We are all human beings and are more alike than we are different. Let's look for those similarities and not for the differences. And if we can all do this, I think the world can be a better place.
My name is Gus Chin. I'm a municipal judge for the cities of Holladay and Cottonwood Heights. For me, Asian Pacific American Heritage Month serves as a reminder of the contribution of members of the Asian and Pacific communities to our country's economic growth, social development, and legal scholarship. Despite their contribution, there's still much more that needs to be done. Foremost, we need to prevent a repeat of our country's history with respect to racial and ethnic issues. We can also consider Angelo Ancetta's proposal in the last paragraph of his book, Race, Rights, and the Asian American Experience. What is needed is not a homogeneous, color-blinded system of racial values, but a set of core values that recognizes and appreciates differences, both racial and non-racial.